What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Join us for EFES Sports Series here. Round 6, the Austin Grand Prix, Season 3, Division 1. We did miss a couple of laps, I do apologise for that. Season 3, yeah, it was, we did miss a couple of laps, I do apologise for that. A bit late, that is my bad. But we are going to ride on board with the Haas, who's the only one currently on a lap. There we go. As he's into the last sector now. Got to be brave on the brakes throughout these final 2 corners. Flick the car in, very nicely done. Use the rest of that you have up the line. Charges to beat 5 decent laps from him. The Aston Martin just starts his lap and he's going through now the middle set of the first sector. 5 decent laps from him. The Aston Martin just starts his lap and he's going through now the middle set of the first sector. And as we ride on board with the Aston, he's going to be the next one to cross the line. And he is currently charging towards the line. Here we go. And as he approaches the final 2 corners, the quickest 2 on the track, we definitely would have got impeded there twice from the Red Bull and the McLaren. And the little short drive up to the line after that corner can put him P4 just behind his teammate, but cannot get anywhere near the VLS top 2. So very good qualifying session so far, and it seems to be very close between everybody here. Let's go gap to the leader, and we'll get the tyres as well. He's done his lap. Who's going to be the next one? Cross the line. Is anyone on a lap at the moment? He's a 10th and a half down as he approaches the 3rd sector here. Flick into the corner, take as much of that curve as you can. He ran a bit wide on the exit and had to get a bit hesitant on the throttle, but he's managed to find 4 tenths of a second, putting himself 3 tenths up in total here. And now he's in the 3rd sector, and as he can go left, now he's got the flat right corners here to go before he can attack the final 2. Here we go now, the last 2 braking corners, and VLS Victor goes even faster, putting himself 59 milliseconds on pole. Is he going to be able to change that? No, he's not. P13 only. Where's the McLaren going to go? He goes up to P4. The Racing Bulls can only go P13 here. Not a great lap. Is anyone going to be able to get their first lap on the board? There's been an invalidation by the Racing Bulls. He's not going to be able to get his first lap on the board at this moment. P10, 2 tenths up. This could put him in the top 8 at the moment, maybe even a little bit higher, and it puts him P5. Good final corner from him. Watkin is... Oh, no, it's... who is it? It's the Cadillac, who improves by 2 tenths of a second, only P14. He's going to need a mighty improvement to be able to get into the top 10. What is the other Racing Bulls doing? He's currently last place. He pits at the moment. He doesn't have a lap on the board, but we're hoping to get one. The Aston Martin has invalidated. The Williams, I believe, is going to be the next one to cross the line. But an invalidation from him, then it's the both Ferraris might be on a lap. I don't think they are. They are definitely not looking at that time. What can Viper do? He's 2 seconds down. It's his teammate that's currently on a lap, or maybe it's just an outlap. No, he is on a lap, but it's not a great lap here. As he gets to the line, he can only get into the 40s, 10 seconds down. That was surely his first, his second outlap, you would think here. Now we're going to watch the full lap. As much speed as you can through there to maximise the exit. Take as much curb as you can through there. Flat out now as he approaches this section. It's going to be flat out through here with a little lift. You're not going to want to brake until the final corner in this section. And it looks very neat and tidy so far. His teammate is currently P4. He's going to hope to challenge him for a top 4 spot as well. He's going to hope, though, to just get a good lap on the board. He didn't get one in the first part of qualifying, probably because he got an invalidation or something. But look now as he can drive down this big main straight, and the Mercedes hopefully won't get in his way here, and he takes as much curb as he can through there. Beautifully done now. And he turns it right, and he's got to keep the wheel turning right. You can see he never fully straightens up the car for that another right corner. Then he goes heavy left to be able to make that. Now flat out through here. Still got a heavy amount of battery that he can use in this final sector. And we can see, look how much that drains, and look how quick it drains too. That is crucial now. And now as he approaches the last corner, flat out, he's going to bail out of it. Clearly wasn't happy with that lap. It looked pretty neat and tidy. Now, the Audi is 0.3 of a second up. This could put him within 2 seconds of the leader, but that won't move him up in terms of positions. His teammate currently not got a lap in the board, so the lead Audi has invalidated. Sorry, I didn't actually see that. The Mercedes is on a lap now, and he's using battery either way. So here we go. We're going to watch him flat out through these S's. Look how beautiful that looks. And the rear just seems to be sticking as much as it can be. 0.0 seconds down. Shows you what fine margins these drivers are working with. Under a second off pole, though. Just shows you how close it is. The top 10 separated by 6. Just over 0.6 of a second. That is insane now. As he's driving towards the final sector. Going to use as much battery as he physically can down here, because you're going to save loads in this heavy braking zone few corners. So he didn't invalidate there. That seemed very lucky and really on the limit. This baby driver starts his lap. Everyone else is on an outlap or in the pits. FSR Merskay has just started his lap now, and the McLaren is going to follow. But either way, we're going to watch him through these flat out corners. Little lift and then a brake for these last two. Oh, but a big slide. Manages to keep it out of an invalidation. This seems to be a decent lap so far. And now flat to the line. He crosses the line. He goes at 89 milliseconds faster. Cannot manage to find any positions. 34 milliseconds up now, but maybe you got a slipstream. His teammate is just there in the background. As you can see, maybe he would have got a big toe, which will give him a lot of time, but he's 5 seconds down and he does back out. IRT Mohammed here, currently P13. His teammate Adam cannot seem to get a lap on the board. We're going to hope everyone can get a good lap on the board that they're all happy with here. But as he can approach the third sector, he's going to use all of his battery that he has available to him, and then late braking at about the 150 metre board before you get the car in. Fully cut that inside curb there. Flat out now. You want to do the same here with the curb and the same for the corner after. He goes a little bit wide there. Maybe he took it right and I'm just telling you wrong. Do want to take as much there as you can. He runs perfect on the exit, really on the white line. Maybe an impedance from the McLaren, but it didn't seem to be enough. And it seemed to allow him to take his racing line, but that isn't an invalidation. Somehow very lucky there. I think he might have lifted, but he doesn't get an ideal final corner. He cannot improve. He does improve 0.3 of a second. Goes to P10. He's happy with that. Invalidation from the Audi, so I don't think he's going to get a lap in. Going to be the Mercedes to cross the line. 2, 3 people didn't make it. 1 person didn't even get a lap in. Full stop. Williams will be next. I'm going the wrong way here. There's only 1 Williams driver in. QDR glitched 10 here. Around the final corner with an invalidation, so it will not matter. Then we've got... Oh no, he's on a second lap. It's his teammate who just invalidated at the final corner. He will not be too happy with that, a 10.5 up. This is not going to be the next driver to cross the line, though. It's going to be the Cadillac of Grenade, who's currently a 10th down, just shy of a 10th. Cannot improve here now. It's Hans Gab H. Crosses the line, can manage P3. That's a mighty lap from him. Here's going to be Baby Driver to cross the line. He can manage P7, but cannot challenge his teammate Grenoble. Impact cannot improve. Then it's the Aston Martin, who goes to P3. The Racing Bulls is going to be next. Of IRT Adam, who goes P11. Finally getting a lap. Victor Garcia improves his lap by around 10 milliseconds. Here and now, Mursky, the man who was second to cross the line, is almost last, but his teammate with a major improvement, almost into the 30s and around here. That is super impressive. Pascal goes to P1 with a 0.1. That is a 31.1, and that is a brilliant qualifying session there. Yeah, very close between everybody there. A second separate the top 11. But 3/10, over 0.3 of a second separate the top 2. That shows you what a mighty lap Pascal managed to get in at the end. So this has been a brilliant qualifying session, and we just hope it can be as good as in the race. I just need to decide what order, what title I want to start and what fuel as well. So they're going to have a couple minute break. Currently 11 people in the stream, so if you are in the stream, 13 now, that increased in about a second. So if you are in the stream, don't be afraid to say hello. I will be reading your Twitch chats throughout the race and the stream. Maybe some predictions as well. We already know who's going to win. The people that don't get off the game, I'm joking. VLS Pascal and VLS Victor, though, absolutely dominated that qualifying session. 0.3 clear on pole with Pascal, and 0.3 clear of P3 was Victor. 0.6 was Pascal between P3 and P1. That is an insane lap he managed to get in the end. It was a low 31 to 31.1. Yeah, brilliantly done, to be fair. He'll be very, very happy with that indeed. But now we just wait for the race to start. 17 people now in chat. So if you are in chat, hi. It was a brilliant qualifying session. If you missed out on it, that is a shame. But VLS 6/10 on pole. I think 2 people in the end failed to get a lap in, the McLaren and the Audi. And about 10 seconds off was the other Audi, because he only got an outlap in. But yeah, very close between the top 10, separated by less than a second, which was very interesting to watch at the end, and lots of laps flew in as the track conditions improved. But VLS looked unbeatable at the top. But either way, it's going to be 5 red lights. And lights out and away we go. In a minute now it is. Can VLS keep their dominant pole position in P2 into turn number 1? It looks like they've done that comfortably. Is anyone going to go for any moves? It looks like Glitched is going up for a move. They're 3 wide now in turn 1. And there looked to be a car off. IRT Mohammed was sideways there. But as we look further back, there's a lot of action. What happened to him? No damage, so that could be worse. Everyone seems to be keeping this clean, but TF10 Adam here, side by side with Impact, and he yields the place there. And that was a very good overtake from Impact here. Already almost a second between the VLS drivers. Pascal has been super dominant so far, and it's been very good. Now QDR Satcher is going for a move on Nipper. And it looks like the Ferrari is going defensive into turn, I don't know. Oh, but they're off the road, and the Haas has managed to sneak into P2. He's going to take P2 provisionally. Is he going to manage to keep P3? He's going to keep it. To be fair, with that inside line, hard to overtake the Aston Martin there, pushing the VLS driver off the road. And that looked very close on the start between everybody. 3 wide and 2 wide, and a car was spun, but apart from that, it seemed to be decently clean, and there wasn't too many incidents, but very close racing so far. And VLS Pascal already with a 1 second gap, and he sets the fastest lap, obviously, and tumbling down the order. Who is tumbling down? Someone has just lost about 5 positions there on the main straight, but Grenade's going to have to go defensive into this corner. Bit too late to go defensive now, but he doesn't. And now they're side by side, a little bit of wheel banging here. And as we approach turn number 4, they're still turn number 3. Sorry, they're still side by side, and they're not going to yield. It looks like no, none of them want to. The Mercedes is looking for crumbs in this battle. Can he pick off a car maybe early on in this race? Everyone side by side, and the Audi has spun in the background. It looks like rejoin. He hit the Aston Martin there. That's going to be far from ideal so far. And now the McLaren's going to have to go defensive against the Cadillac because of... Oh, yeah, it looks to be clean there. 2 second gap for Pascal at the top. And there's a virtual safety car. It was an interesting first lap. Let's get tyres here. We'll get everything we need done. But let's have a look at the big winners here. Sem, down in P19, lost 10 places. He got caught up in the incident, which actually caused the virtual safety car. Pascal hasn't made up a single overtake, but he got a 2 second gap, so if it was good to mention him. The Haas of Hots, I believe it is, has made 2 overtake positions, which is crucial for him up into P2. That's going to stop VLS from just dominating this race and flying away. Both Audis here have made up 5 positions in total, and the McLaren has also made up 6 positions. He's going to want to make that 7 into the final corner, but we do see Sem picking up a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. And he does retire in the pit lane. That would have been a huge... Oh, and very wide goes the Mercedes. He's going to lose, a couple places. And there's big contact. And now into the wall goes the Audi. And out of the race. That was not what he would have wanted to done. And now the full safety car has been released onto the track due to that massive incident. And now the Red Bull's all over the place. And that was exactly where we should have been on the safety car restart. Wow, who is going to take this opportunity to pit? I don't think it seems worth the pitting here. Only 3 laps down, the tyres won't even have a decent amount of dent in them, unless obviously you had a rough opening lap, like, I don't know, impact or something maybe. I know he got very, very physical on that first lap, pushed about. He would have had more sliding. Maybe maybe the guy in P17 could pit as well, because it'd be pretty much a free pit stop here. If you have front wing damage, it's definitely the time to serve it. And this safety car now probably won't be in until lap 7, and that is exactly what Pascal would have been hoping not to happen, because he built up a absolutely monumentous lead of about 2 seconds. Obviously, that's going to stay the same until they catch the safety car. So you can see it's about, give or take, 2 seconds up and down all the time because of delta and how hard it is to stay with that delta. Pascal stays out, the Haas stays out. Everybody seems to be... Oh, the Haas thought about it, a baby driver. Everybody seems to be thinking about it. One person into the pit lane. What tyres does he want to put on his car? You've got to be a set of hards, surely. New front wing, that makes sense. Pitting. Oh, he's taking hards off. Sorry. No, he's putting them on. Thought everyone had mediums on. Impact also into the pit lane. This also for front wing. So... people leaving the session. Is this going to be a restart? No, they were just the 2 that retired. My apologies. What an opening first lap. I want to go grab a drink, but I will leave it on. I'll leave it on. I'll leave it on impact because he has to catch up. So I'll be back in a mo. Yo, I'm back. There hasn't been any illegal overtaking or penalties whilst I was gone, but I don't know what's going on there. Let me have a look at the... maybe we can all have a look. Let me see if I'm logged into Discord. If I am, we can all have a look. If not, unlucky, I guess. Oh, I am. Let me get it up so I don't leak anything by accident. EFES, we are racing today. Let's have a look. Is Tier 1. We'll have a look at F1 standings. Yeah, just as I expected. Here we go. So, VLS absolutely dominating, followed by QDR in P2, who are about 114 points off. Then ART, who could get P2 if they have a good race today. Then XR, VMV, IRT, WRL, FSR, NVK, HRT, REL. So 213 points. I mean, VLS have pretty much won it. I think it's guaranteed now. QDR in P2. Let me just check. Are we going in? Oh yeah, we are. We did catch it in time though. Don't worry. The safety car restart, and the Haas is going to go for a move into turn number 1, or is the VLS driver? I'm not sure who's overtaken who. Oh, a little bit of contact there, and the Aston barging his way past. Now as they attack turn 3, and a beautiful helicopter cam now to see how they're following each other, all taking identical lines pretty much, and the VLS driver goes much slower in whichever one that is than the Williams, and it gives them a huge boost. ART are going to need a big result today. It's the Williams driver of QDR. Nope, glitched. My bad, guys. I missed that. Goes in for a move on the VLS driver. The team that have been so dominant, had so many 1-2s, had so many max points now. And Victor Garcia is just falling down the order. Look how wide he goes, and he does take him out, not on purpose, but he did hit him, and he did spin 21, 2, 3, and that is going to be a penalty after the race. And a switchback is what the VLS driver is trying, but he cannot get it off, and he's lost here any chance, not any chance, but he's lost being in the podium positions for the moment here. Is he now going to get overtaken from the McLaren, who looks to be all over him here? He seems to be wanting to go for a move, taking a slightly different line into turn number 1. He's got the charge now for turn 2 and 3, and the other Audi retires from the session. And now we've got another safety car, just 2 laps. 1 racing lap on from the other one. What a brilliant race we are having today. But the safety cars are kind of ruining it a little bit. But it's all good. No mind a good safety car. Let's see. Who's leading the World Drivers' Championship? This doesn't matter. It's Victor Garcia. The man who's currently in P4 now had a horrid safety car restart. He's leading by about 78 points, I think that is. So, yeah, behind QDR. He's not racing today. But, yeah, he's gonna, I don't know, I think he's guaranteed one driver's title, but obviously that doesn't matter as much. I don't think you get a prize for that. In comparison, do you get a prize for the World Constructors' Championship and the of F1 and of F2. This is currently F1, which is the top tier. I think it's NA as well. Oh, and potentially a brake check there from Victor Garcia. I don't think it was. I think that was just down to we know how bad it can be on this game. And everybody seems to be piling into the pits, apart from 4 people here. 3, 4, no, it is 4 people. No, it is 3. It is 3. Well, technically Impact has already pitted, so yeah, it is full. It is full, kind of. But Impact here, having a beautiful strategy call, because everyone on this grid will still need to pit again, even if you have just pitted. Due to the high tyre wear rounds here, they're going to really struggle towards the tail end of this race. Did anybody take a front wing change? Nope, no one took a front wing change from that pit stop. It's been a brilliant competition so far. I'm trying to find where the Twitch can't find. Oh, there it is. Oh no, it's gone. Whoops, sorry about that. Why is it not full screen? Hold on. What's that? Why is... Oops, sorry about that. We will get restarted here, and Viper at night, leads us away. But Pascal already goes for a move into turn number 1, and he does get the move, but that leaves the Cadillac vulnerable for the Haas, who doesn't go for a move. Look how closely the McLaren is behind the Haas driver here. And he is just going to get a beautiful slipstream down this main straight, which is going to allow him to gain tenths of a second and surely go for an easy overtake compared to if he didn't have the slipstream here. But he's taken a bit of a wider line, set himself up for exit, but it clearly hasn't worked now, and he's going to struggle with the weaker slipstream here. Look how much quicker he can get closer because he's using the battery, and he does. What is that camera angle, EA? Down the inside he goes. Oh, and will he? No, he won't go for a remove, but he's hoping to put the McLaren off here, so he makes a mistake, and that is clearly happened. Look how much more defensive that McLaren is going, and it's actually hit the Haas driver now, or the Haas has hit the McLaren, I should say, because he took a suboptimal line and had to reduce his pace. But somehow the McLarens have worked their way into a 1-2 position from just staying out, and everyone still has to pit so far. So this could work out quite nicely for them here. With 18 laps to go, obviously about 7 laps older tyres, and now Pascal is going to go for a move, but the Haas driver just left him by. How boring was that? And now the VLS driver is going to try and disrupt. The NVK is current 1-2, and he's going to try and do it as soon as the next overtaking spot. So he just took the lead, but look how deep he goes, and the Haas driver might even think about a re-overtake, but no, he doesn't. He let him go, and then he's not going for an overtake. What is this baby driver doing? And now maybe he's going to attack him into this corner, but no, he isn't, man. We want to see some overtaking action. Come on, baby driver. Go for a move down the inside, but Impact said, we'll show you the overtaking action. Down the inside he goes. Beautiful move up into B4, and Yaro gets a 3-second time penalty. He was one of the early ones to pit. Didn't work out for him, but it did work out for Impact, who is currently P4. And now Yaro does retire from the session. Oh, and Pascal's going for a move. And this is an unusual corner to go for a move. There's a third safety car. Oh, whoops. Just hit the escape button on my keyboard. That was completely accidentally. Safety car will probably give everybody a chance to get their last pit stops. If you did take the balanced strategy and you are currently on a set of hards, you will not make it to the end. If you're going onto a set of hards, you're going to hope the safety car stays out until probably lap 15-ish. And both McLaren's pit, but that is it. I'm surprised. Actually, never mind. Pascal doesn't pit. Both VLS drivers actually stay out. Quite a few people stay out, actually. It's quite surprising. Where is this going to put the McLarens? And this could be a brilliant strategy because they have 5 lap fresher tyres than majority of this grid. Automod held a message. Let's see what it was. Oh, I clicked allow it. Oh, okay. Yeah, Yargo. This seems like a common occurrence for him. As we've had 2 of courses. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I thought he retired because of the 3-second time penalty. But that wouldn't cause a safety car. So unless he hit it into a wall on purpose or he just made a mistake, which is probably hopefully the more common and real answer. These drivers are going to be counting down the laps here, especially the ones who are in front of someone on fresh tyres. I mean, if you're on P7, you could potentially lose 4 places on this restart because you've got 5 lap older tyres than the guys behind you. However, the benefit of having the 5 lap older tyres is on the restart. It is going to be insanely faster because they're going to have a little bit more warmth and grip. Is it going to be in this lap? I don't think so. The Aston Martin is going to hope it isn't. Actually, it won't be because there's 2 drivers that haven't yet caught up, the Aston Martin and the Red Bull. 17 seconds off, so it will be in next lap. And, oh, something has happened. Mohammed is into the pit lane, that is it. Safety car is in this lap, and that is exactly what we expected. And the Scarlet Red Ferrari is going to hope to get us away, but very slow on the restart here. And a 10-second time penalty. He can get that removed, but if he does pit, it will not be able to get removed. So he's going to hope he can nurse them tyres another couple of laps longer than what they should go. So who's everyone in this grid, to be fair? Impact's going to really struggle. The people that pitted under the safety car are definitely not going to struggle as much as anyone else. But Pascal is going to get us back underway for the 3rd time in this race. That was our 3rd safety car, and this is our 3rd restart here. And down into turn number 1, a little lock-up for him. Big mistake from Impact, who's already under pressure from Victor Garcia, but he manages to defend out of turn 1. Look at the gap Pascal's already managed to create. That was because of A, the mistake made by Impact into turn number 1, and B, the much more worn tyres which caused the mistake. doing a big lift before that corner and then wide-ish from Pascal, which is going to put him under pressure from Glitch 10 here. And that is exactly what the QDR driver is going to want. He's going to get in the slipstream very powerfully. He's going to sit behind, and now he's going to attack him. No, he's not going to attack him. He's going to sit behind. Is the Cadillac driver going to go for him? No, he isn't. Hardly any overtakes so far, but Mohammed is around, and for not the first time in this race, sorry, Mohammed is quite a bit off the back of this grid. He had a mistake at turn 1, lap 1, or he got hit. I can't remember. And Glitch 10 makes his way past Victor Garcia. Isn't that dude a boxer, Victor Garcia? Anyway, getting a bit off topic, but here we go, up the hill into turn number 1, and surprisingly Pascal has not managed to pull away from impact, even though he's got about 4 lap fresher tyres. That's going to be about 10% of tyre wear, probably. I don't really know, I'm just making that up, but you would assume it's something around there, as the McLaren is the closest driver on track to his rival, I think. Oh, Baby Driver picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. But he might destroy his chance of points. But, oh, the McLaren to the back of the Red Bull, which gives him a bad exit. And Baby Driver's going to want to pounce on this opportunity all the way down the straight. He's going to sit in the slipstream, and then pull alongside here for the braking zone. Is he going to get it? They're going to try and make it 3 wide as the McLaren into the corner. He manages to pull ahead, but now the other McLaren is going for it on the Haas around the outside. And down the inside, the McLaren does get the move. Oh no, Baby Driver gets a switchback, and the McLaren keeps it. And the other Haas now picks up his 3-second time penalty, which is very common around COTA because of the fast corners, and many of them, especially through that section, as Pascal sets the fastest lap, but still within 1 second of the car behind, which is exactly not what he would have wanted. There's been no movement yet this lap, and with 11 laps to go, Pascal is going to be counting them down and watching the car behind as he sees his lead grow about a 10th a lap now. Well, it's grown a 10th since last time I looked. But now Glitch 10 is under pressure. Nope, he's got to move. Baby Driver has somehow fallen all the way down to P12. I don't know how that's happened. He must have a bit of front wing damage. Let's have a look. Okay, thank you, EA. Exactly what I wanted to see. Not front wing damage. And now Mohammed picks for 3 seconds, but he wasn't in the points anyway, and he was quite a way off. 1.3 seconds, very hard to get back into reigning. Glitch 10, the fastest lap. He is on a charge for the win here. Now down into turn 3, 4 and 5 are all flat out. 6 is 2, 7 a little left, 8 a little left, 9 a little break. 10 flat and cut it as much as you can. He's done brilliantly there. He's found 5 tenths through that sector, but he might have a little bit less battery. Now, heavy braking for turn 11, with a little left, of course. So you can save as much battery as you can for this straight. A little bit wide of the mark. He lost about a 10th due to that. But Impact is almost already lost 1 second to Glitch 10 because he's just got 4 lap older tyres. That's all it comes down to. The McLarens still seem to be struggling as one of them gets a 3-second time penalty. They were 1-2 a handful of laps ago. And now they're stuck in P8 and P9 because they had to make that pit stop. Very early braking, or maybe that's right, I don't really know. I'm not very good at NA around this track. But he's lost that boost advantage, the big boost everybody wants. Oh, and Nissan are tyres in the pit lane. And Garcia does manage to make the overtake. Darn, I'm sorry I missed that. And Satcher here, 1/10 behind. He's lost a bit of time through that sector, but he's just gonna want to have as much battery as he can for this back straight to make this overtake happen here. And I think double, I think points only go to P10, but no. It's going to be a pure drag race here. The McLaren tucks back in to get the slipstream here, and he's gaining. He goes for the move, he pulls alongside, and now he pulls fully ahead, and there's no more fight the Red Bull has, and not even for the McLaren's teammate, and they both make a move into that corner. And now the Williams thought the Red Bull was going to be a bit vulnerable. Well, he was, it turns out, and now he does get the move done. He's lost 3 positions. He went from P7 to A10 in a matter of moments here. That is horrible because now, okay, Baby Driver in another 3 seconds. Let's have a look at people's penalties. Everyone's on 3. Now, what's really hard for the Red Bull now is to get back into the race because you've just lost 3 possessions. He might be drifting off, but he's got to think, come on, let's make them back, which is very, very difficult to do. People currently in the large. If you're not currently following, remember to follow. We are trying to reach, I think it's 200 followers, but it could be lying to you. Oh, I just followed, guys. You should do the same. Now, Glitch 10 is found a lot of time as... What are these camera angles here? Come on. The Aston Martin can keep it around the outside. If things stay around the outside for a little bit longer and get the inside line into this corner, he'll get the overtake. But what an EA, man. Give us worse camera angles. You can't. Yeah, we've got camera angles. Finally. Oh, and a little bit of contract there. Going to try it around the outside this time. And, yep, brilliant overtake. I'm sure it was. EA's camera angles just did not update. Bad as asleep as me today. Oh, and the McLaren is at a moment, and he's lost 1 place. He lost 2. Now he's lost 3, and he could lose another one because that Racing Bulls is going to get a nice slipstream here, double slipstream. No, he doesn't lose 1 to the Aston Martin. But they're going to go too wide here. The Racing Bulls makes it work in a massive lock-up. He almost took out the McLaren driver there. Oh, the battle's still going on. I thought it was done. At the moment, it's gone to McLaren and Racing Bulls, Aston Martin, but I doubt it'll finish the race like that, because our race seat these guys are getting. Pascal seems to have this race under control. And Viper tries it around the outside, but there's a bit of contact there. That seems to be a massive corner for contact there. And now into turn 3, there's contact here. Will there be contact turn 4? You can't see the Williams in the way. It looks like there was something coming off that car. And now the Williams is going to try it around the outside of the McLaren. Ooh, the McLaren was a passenger for that. The Williams completely took out Grenade. He had such a good race, and that moment just completely took away any chance of him getting a P6. And all of a sudden, it's looking a lot better for the Red Bull, who's back up into that P8 scenario. He could even finish his race in P6, because he would assume the two ahead of him either have a penalty or are going to get one. And you would think the Williams is going to get one for that. And now around the outside goes the Williams. You're never going to get it. Let me take that. Is he going to chuck it down the inside? No, he isn't. The McLaren sits behind. And now just 3/10 separate the top two. And now 2/10. And now 2.5 tenths. And now it's gone back up to 3/10 on the corner of the exit. What? Of the exit of the corner, sorry. And now down this main straight. You got this one, the next one. He is going to get the boost, which is something Pascal just does not have. And he's got no battery, Pascal. You can see that light is flashing. He is saving into this part of the racetrack. Oh, that is not a proud moment for either McLaren. They've both had an incident this race. I want to know though, can Glitch manage to get Pascal in these final few laps? There's a yellow flag. Is everyone facing the right way down here? Yes, we're all good. And now we approach the main straight. Glitch 10 is even closer. TF Adam has had a spin, you would assume, losing quite a few positions there. And a little lock up from Pascal. Maybe starting to feel the pressure from Glitch 10. 24 people in the stream. If you haven't yet, hit a follow, please. Thank you. And Glitch 10 is getting even closer, and he's closer than what he was on the last lap, and he pretends to for a move down the inside. And look how much wider Pascal has gone through that corner compared to Glitch 10. And what a better line there Glitch 10 is being able to take, because he's not having to go defensive like Pascal is. All the way down into 4th gear, through that corner, and then gear 2 for this one, using low gears here. And I think the Ferrari 1-2 is almost guaranteed over unless there's an incident here, because 3 seconds in 3 laps is something you just can't make up when you're all going this fast, realistically. And the Williams, again, pretending to go for a move. You wonder, is he actually going to go for a move in these last few laps? But now, Pascal is taking a much different line here, because he knows the threat is real, and the overtake is surely imminent. Down the inside goes the Williams driver. A massive lock-up, puts him so wide. And if Pascal didn't go for the switchback there, they both would have been off the track. But all of this fighting is just helping Pascal's teammate get even closer. He's already gained 0.8 a second now through this sector. But look how close now the racing's getting. And in that sector so far, Victor Garcia has halved the distance between him and the 2 ahead. And now he's going to think the win could be on either way. He's almost thinking, surely I can sneak a P2 and a 1-2 here for the VLS team. This has been an absolutely insane final few laps, and I've got a feeling they're just going to get even more crazy once Victor gets involved in this fighting. Bit wide there from Pascal, which is going to help Glitch 10 get even closer, get a bigger slipstream, get more battery through this sector, because he's going to be closer and he can afford to do that in a little move from Pascal. And he will really be feeling the pressure now from Glitch 10 behind, because Glitch 10 will surely go for an attack on this straight. What is this camera angle? EA, come on, do better, please. And now Glitch 10 around the outside here. This would be a brilliant move. He's going to go for the switchback. He can't do it. But now Victor Garcia is within that 1 second. And now he's going to get the boost mode for the last racing lap. Pascal taking an even more defensive line. The top 3 separated by about half a second. All there's been yellow flags. Seems baby driver has had an incident there. But now Pascal has to go defensive into turn number 1. And they are just going to try and save as more battery than surely any other lap through turns 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Because they're going to need it all for the main straight. Whoever's got more is going to win this race. That is surely... Oh, look how wide there Pascal goes. And that's just going to mess him up on the exit of this corner. He's done that once or twice so far this race. And he goes defensive. Glitched Hen, very good there. Dummy to move to the inside. And Garcia seems to be helping his team out by doing the same thing to Glitched Hen. Now we've got this dodgy EA camera angle, but down here into the heavy braking zone, into the downhill corner. Glitched Hen might finally get the move done. He's going to take a much more normal racing line, and there is contact there. Surely that's going to be reported to the stewards. Oh, and the VLS driver does spin, and that is what these high tyre wear, and that is what this track can do. This is brilliant racing here on the last lap. In the last sector, Glitched Hen pulls ahead. Glitched Hen is fully ahead now. And now Pascal is off the track. But Glitched Hen came from P2. He was P2 for so long. And he gets the win. Pascal second. Garcia third. On track it was hot. QDR Satcher takes P4 after penalties. And then Merskill does get P6 after the earlier moments of losing 3 positions in a matter of corners. The McLaren was P1, finished at P7, then both Cadillacs, then the other McLaren, then the Aston, and both IRT before the final Haas driver there. Whoa, what a race. You can always play celebrations if we need results. Wait for the penalties to change. There you go. And that is everybody. There is race director for anybody that may need it. And thank you for joining us in the stream today. What a race we had, separated by less than a second in the end. VLS looked like they had it wrapped up just after qualifying, and they looked like they had it up after the first few laps, but our first safety car shaped things up, and the second and third done the same thing. Glitched Hen managed to take the win, and I'll see you guys later.